see you there. Hi, I'm Jess Gonzalez, and this is my H.M.A.P project over Brian De Palma's movie, Scarface. Thank you. Scarface follows the story of Tony Montana, a Cuban immigrant that fled to Miami in 1980 following Fidel Castro's mayoral boat lift. When Tony arrives in America, he is asked to assassinate a Cuban political figure in return for a green card. This marks the beginning of the journey to achieving the American dream for Tony Montana. Tony's opening job is a drug transaction between him and some Colombian traffickers. Of course, like all good action movies, the deal falls through and a shootout ensues. The shootout starts off in the motel room, which is the site of the initial drug deal, but is taken to the streets when Tony chases down and executes a Colombian drug dealer in a crowded public area during the middle of the day. One reason this scene was so intriguing to me was that there was not a single police officer that intervened in the whole situation. Evidence from my book posed a very valid argument to this event, however. Being that there was such a dramatic increase in crime when Cuban immigrants entered Miami, the police force was not even close to being big enough to stop crimes from happening, and the majority of the time criminals were able to get away with their crimes. According to accounts told in Miami Babylon, many high-paid coke dealers were able to escape prosecution if they were caught by paying off cops and detectives with large amounts of money and cocaine. Mel Bernstein, a cop in the movie, blackmailed Tony Montana and threatened to put Tony in prison for the crimes he committed unless he met Bernstein's requirements, which included a monthly payment to maintain Tony's innocence. One scene that has always stuck out to me in Scarface was when Tony and his posse casually walk into a bank with bags full of money. From doing some research in Miami Babylon, I came across some information that validated the authenticity of this scene. I read that it was very common for cocaine dealers to take money to banks in such large quantities so large that bankers wouldn't even count the money, they would just have to wait instead. Money wasn't the only currency used in Miami, however. Cocaine could pay for everyday accommodations such as a haircut, a doctor's checkup, and even a snack at a local convenience store. The swanky, fast-paced nightlife of Miami was extremely popular to players in the coke game. Clubbing was one way cocaine dealers could blow through their money. One thing that stuck out to me in Miami Babylon was how cocaine dealers flew their best dope cooks out to Miami from Colombia. The cocaine dealers would then throw lavish parties for their cooks in clubs, celebrating their successes. Clubs were also a common place for scenes of drug-related violence, just like when Tony's almost killed in an assassination attempt set up by a rival drug dealer. Throughout this project, I was truly able to understand the amount of pain and agony Tony Montana was willing to go through just to get his piece of the American dream. Considering the fact that I have been watching this movie since I was a mere little lad in the 7th grade, I found it astonishing that Scarface is very factual altogether, although there are some obvious exaggerations in the movie for entertainment purposes, but hey, I guess we all enjoy that, right? This has been my historical movie analysis project. I hope you learned some things about what booger sugar will really make a fella do, and I also hope you enjoyed this video. With this being said, I want to thank Luis Miguel Martinez, Marcus Ramon, Will Minette, Jesus Dolina, Anthony Oliveras, Bernardo Cruz, and our pyrotechnics expert, Rafael Rezga. Good night, America. You've been broducted.